What's up, InsideOut? How are y'all doing this evening?
Woo!
Let's go. Y'all, if we haven't gotten the chance to meet before, my name's Blake.
My name is Luke, and I'm so glad that you guys are here today.
Let's go.
And if y'all didn't know, today is Masters Sunday.
Woo!
So it's basically like the Super Bowl of golf, if y'all never watched it, like the biggest tournament of the year, like the World Championship, basically. So on the count of three, I want y'all to either shout who you think's gonna win, or if you don't care and you don't watch golf. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Justin Rose, okay.
Yeah,
Thanks,
okay.
Mark. Thank you.
All right. Well, like I said, we have a super fun day planned. We're going to start off with a game, and then we have two very special announcements.
Let's go.
And then last but not least, Parker will be up for the next part of our series. So, for our game, I need everyone to go ahead and stand up.
Yeah, everyone stand up.
Yep, stand up. All right. So, today, what we are playing is
What is it?
Mega Golf. Going with the
Mega
theme.
Golf.
Blake, you want to tell them a little about it?
All right, guys, y'all see Mega Golf. Y'all see me and Luke in some golf attire and some golf clubs. We're going to need one guy and one girl. Y'all can raise your hands in the crowd.
Yeah,
We're
raise
gonna
your
pick
hands.
A guy and a girl. We need a guy and a girl. Okay, I got a guy right here. I got a guy, Luke. We need a girl. You pick, bro. You got it.
Play?
You got it, Luke.
All right,
here we go.
Here. All right.
All right. First off, everybody in the crowd, I need you guys to split in half. So y'all see this pole in the middle. If you're on this right side, you're on Mark's team. So everybody cheer for Mark if you're on Mark's team.
What? Okay. So this side of the room, you are cheering on
go.
Gooey.
This is yours?
So be
Hold on,
loud
very
for her.
tight.
Okay.
You'll know. You'll know in a second.
Here, go ahead and
All right,
take
here
this.
we go. So how this is gonna work? Y'all got these mega golf balls right here, okay?
Yep.
So how this is gonna
right
go
here
is you're
for
gonna
now.
put this right here. And y'all see our lovely friends in the crowd with the pool noodles. Where are they at? Okay, number one, we got Hayden. Everybody wave to Hayden and say hi, Hayden.
Hi, Hayden.
Hi, Hayden. So the point of this game, oh yeah, we got Cole too. Sorry, Cole.
Yeah, don't
and we
forget
got
Cole.
Cole
Hi,
over
Cole.
here. Say hi to Cole. Hi, Cole. But how this is gonna work, you guys are gonna hit the ball towards the pool noodle, and crowd, y'all's job is to help the ball get to the pool noodle. So you guys are gonna keep it in the air and try and shuffle it over to the pool noodle, and whichever team hits the pool noodle first is gonna get a point. So it's y'all's job to just hit it out there. But there, before you go, y'all you just gotta hit the pool noodle. But also, you guys see these projectors?
Yeah.
Y'all see the projectors?
Don't hit the
Y'all see
projectors.
them? Very
the
nice
lights.
equipment, okay? We
Hit
cannot hit
it nice and easy.
Very nice. We want to have nice things, so we can't hit it.
Yep.
But I think you guys got it.
Crowd,
All right.
you're making sure. This side, we got to get it back there, okay?
Yeah.
Get it to
y'all
Cole.
over
Get
here,
it to
y'all
Cole.
got to get it to the yellow pool noodle at Hayden, okay?
We're working together.
All right.
And
on
it's
the count of
best 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Best 3 out of 5.
There we go. All right.
Perfect.
On the count of 3, you guys are going to swing. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my gosh.
All right, get
Hit
it.
it up.
No. All right. Here we go. Oh, no.
Hit it up. Hit it up.
Hit it up. Hit it in the air. Keep it in the air. All right, they got it over here. All right, we need that ball back.
All right. We can bring the ball
Hey, we
back
need
up.
that.
It's all right. It's all right. Try it.
Oh, that was horrible.
We're good.
Wow, good job.
Don't hit it as hard. Hit it,
How do you
hit it
feel
as
now
soft
that you're
as
up
it
1-0?
goes
Great. He feels great, Luke. He's
Feels
up
great.
1-0.
Hey, my side, we got this. Let's go.
All right, y'all
Let's
make
go.
some noise for Hayden if you're on Hayden's team. There we go. All right, Luke, on your cue.
Ready. Next round. Oh, our holes are moving. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
The
look
hole
where
is
the
moved
hole
to a
is,
different
guys. Y'all
spot.
might want to move towards it.
Y'all want to
Look
move
where it
towards
is.
him
Look
and
where
help.
it is. Help him out. Help him out. All right, next one. In 3, 2,
Don't
1,
grab it.
go.
You cannot grab it. You got to hit it up.
Hit it up. Hit it
Just
up.
hit it up.
Hit it towards
Cody,
it.
that was bad. Here we go. Blue
Hit it
team's
up.
winning
Come
right
on.
now.
Oh,
Keep it
no.
in the air. Keep it in the air.
Hit it up.
Oh, my gosh. Put it in the air.
Casey.
All
Whoa.
right. We got, did they get it?
We got sabotage.
Oh, we got a sabotage. Oh, shoot. All right, well, we're up
It's
2-0
all
right
It's
now.
All right.
We're up 2-0 over here. Mark, you're up 2-0. Are you happy? Are
Hey,
you half happy?
Lock back in. We got this.
Job's not
We got
finished,
this.
okay? He says job's
All
not
right.
finished.
Our holes are resetting. Hey,
Luke, let's
crowd,
see how she's
look
feeling.
back at where the holes are. Line up right. Let's go.
All right, y'all see
Come
where
on,
the
we got to
whole
come back.
locations are now.
We got to come back.
Luke, let's interview her. See how she's feeling. How's she feeling? She's down. Oh.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
Great.
What's your strategy
good,
this
you're
round?
Just to hit the ball.
Okay. Maybe
what?
like hit it higher this time, you know? Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
who's your favorite golfer?
Okay.
Scotty Scheffler.
His favorite golfer, Scotty Scheffler.
Okay. Wow.
All right, here
Good
we
pick.
go, Luke, on
Good
your
pick.
cue again.
All right. Next round in 3, 2, 1, go.
4.
Get it up. Oh,
keep
no.
it up. Keep it in the air. Keep it in
Throw
the
it
air.
up. Throw it up.
You got to keep it up.
Whoa. Yo,
Who is
what are we
sabotaging?
doing?
All right.
We got some.
Hey, let's give it. Hey, we're giving it over here. We're giving it over
Yeah,
here.
I'm sorry. We got to
If
get
your
to
team
this
is
side.
sabotaging, you guys
Yeah. Hey,
stop.
sabotaging is not allowed.
All right, it's 2-1.
You
We
cannot
got to go
hit the
again.
other team's ball.
Sabotage is not allowed in Mega Golf.
Yep.
You got to be a good sport.
If I see it again, it's a DQ.
Yep, if we see it again.
Yeah.
All right, y'all give
Hey,
some
great
golf
job,
claps
team.
if
Let's
your
go.
friend is up
Let's
here.
go. Get high.
Nice golf claps. All right. Here we go.
I think we're ready.
How do you feel?
I think we're ready.
You're up 2-1.
Hey,
Job's not finished.
got
Job's
this.
not finished.
I believe.
All right. All right, y'all
All right,
make
we're
some
ready.
noise for Mark.
Make
All
some
right.
noise for Gooey.
All right, there you go. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, swing. 4.
Oh.
Oh, don't
Get
hit
back.
the nice
No.
equipment. Don't spike it. Be careful.
Yes, sir, Harrison.
All right, we
Thank
got
you.
it over here.
Let's go.
It's 2-2.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my God.
Careful, careful.
Hey, Harrison. How's it going?
Guys, we need
How's
the
it going?
beach ball over here.
Great swing.
Hayden,
That's a
we
great
need the
swing.
beach
Just-
ball.
If you do that again, then we'll win.
QB1, Vista Ridge, there you go. All right, we got
Perfect.
one more
Hey.
round.
Tied up.
One more round. Let's see. We got
Game's
the
on the
pins
line.
moving around. Where are you guys gonna go? What's up?
Golf's a solo sport.
It's a solo sport. What about the caddy?
Oh.
Bench player. Bench.
All
How
right,
are you
cool.
feeling about the final round? Do you think you can win?
Yeah.
You have faith in your team?
Yes.
Hype them up.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right.
What is your
I
strategy?
think we're ready.
Hit it,
Hey, my
hit it to
side's
him.
locked.
Hit
Hey.
it to Mason. Okay, here we
Yeah,
go.
they're stalling. We're locked. We're locked, guys. We're locked.
Here we go.
They're not
3,
ready.
2,
Let's go.
1, go.
Yeah. That's a great swing.
Hey, don't hold.
Cody.
All right, they got it over here, Luke. They got it over here.
It's all right. Good try.
Mark is going to
Did
be
your
our
best. I'll
winner
take that
today.
from you.
Mark, great
Thanks for
job.
Wow.
Mark, what do you think you're playing for? I want you to guess. What are you playing for? Don't look. Tickets to the Masters. Who do you
I
think we
wish.
are? Here you
That
go.
would be
You got a
pretty
little
cool.
Easter basket. You got some peeps, some eggs, some more
surprised.
eggs,
Little
and a
Easter
lot of candy.
basket.
There you go, Mark. Great
Uh-huh.
job. I'll take that club. Great
Okay.
job, dude.
Okay.
That was a super fun
Love
game,
it.
y'all.
Love
Thanks for playing with us. That was great. But like Luke said, guys, we got a couple of announcements tonight, and they're pretty big. So, Luke, what do you want to tell us about that first one?
Yeah, for that first announcement, can I get a quick drum roll? The first announcement is
Ooh.
Camp 75
Let's go!
registration is open.
Let's go!
Guys, I need all of y'all to take out your phones and scan this QR code.
Right
and
now.
sign up
Let's
right
go.
now. It is the best 2 weeks of the summer you do not want to miss. The first week, we'll be going to boot camp in June. You'll be hanging out with your small groups, with your teams, singing songs, having a ton of fun,
Fun.
having a blast.
Yeah, fun.
And then the second week in July, you'll be going out and serving the community with your team, doing camps for kids, serving the homeless. You never know. It's a ton of fun. You don't want to miss it. I'll be there. Blake's
I'll be
gonna
there
too.
Y'all make some noise for Camp 75 one more time. We want to see you guys there smiling like Bennett right here. We want to see you guys there.
Well, like we said earlier, we have one more announcement, and I'm going to pass
shoot.
it to Blake for that.
Guys, I need a drum roll before this announcement, please. Everybody give me a drum roll, please. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Oh, shoot, it's Easter, yes. Let's go.
Let's go.
Everybody say aw, because we don't have Inside Out next week. Aw. But now everybody say yeah, because we got Easter next week.
Yay!
Let's go. Y'all see the services up here Saturday, 4 and 5:30. And actually, as Saturday, if you guys have ever been to Summerfest before, raise your hand if you've been to Summerfest. All right,
Me.
sweet. If you guys don't know what it is, but at our Saturday Easter service, we're going to have a petting zoo. I think we also might have some candy and some ice cream, so you guys do
Yeah,
want to be there.
definitely a blast.
Luke's going to be there. I'm going to be
definitely
there.
there.
We want to see y'all there. And
are
Sunday, we got 8:30, 10, and 11:30. So we got 5 options for y'all. We hope to see you guys at one of the 5. We really want you guys to be there. It's a great holiday to celebrate. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, y'all really just have to be there. That's all I can really say for y'all. That's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there.
That's really all I
I don't know
got.
about y'all.
Are we missing anything else? I feel like that's
Well,
all for tonight, right? Like
Yeah,
Inside Out's over?
That's probably it. Well, guys,
right.
we had a ton of fun up here. Thanks for letting us come. Parker is going to be up here in just a
Parker.
second.
Yes.
Yeah, the Parker.
Parker.
So y'all go ahead, take a quick look at this video, and Parker will be right up.
Let's go.
There we go. I forgot to turn it on. Hey, I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed in the golfers up here. I was expecting to see some beach balls in the roof and stuff. It's Masters Week. Hey, I'm so excited to be here. If I haven't got the chance to meet you before, my name is Parker Mazzola. Whether this is your millionth time at I.O., your first time, or your first time in a while, I just want to say you're welcome, and I'm so excited that you're here and that I get to be here with y'all. Normally, when I start off speaking at I.O., I always say kind of the same thing. I say, my name is Parker Mazzola. I'm a sophomore at the University of Texas. I went to Rouse High School, and that's kind of how it goes. But I figured, this is my 4th or 5th time. I got to switch it up. It's only fair that y'all get to know me a little more, so I figured I'll share with y'all some of my childhood. So did anybody growing up have parents that kind of documented everything? Like they took pictures, they scrapbooked, they wrote all that stuff. My mom is kind of one of those parents. She kept her fair share of scrapbooks, but specifically she had this book. This is what we call the birthday book. And this book was just memories with me and my brother. And then specifically on our birthdays, she would bring it. We'd read through what we said last year, and we'd answer a certain amount of questions that we are basically predicting about our life. And so I figured, why not share some with y'all? So here we go. The first one is on September 29th, 2014. It is on my birthday. We went to Texas Roadhouse. My goals were to spend more time with family, to fight less with Kyle, to continue to be a third field, to make base hits to the outfield like Derek Jeter does, to get straight A's, to go pro in sports, to have 2 or 3 kids, and then to marry a supermodel. At 9 years old, I wanted to marry a supermodel. I think most guys in here can relate with me when I say that. And then number 2, in April of 2013, I was 7 years old. I said this quote. I said, when I grow up, I want to be a football player, and if that doesn't work, I want to be a baseball player, and if that doesn't work, a hockey player, and if that doesn't work, and Dad isn't dead, he could get me a job at Dollar General. That was my prediction at age 7. This one's actually about my brother Kyle, this next one. July 10th, 2013, Kyle says, I want 15 kids. 13 boys and 2 girls. Not sure how he chose to divide that up, but that was his prediction. And then the last one, I wanted to go to college at Vanderbilt or Virginia or Alabama. I wanted a career in sports. I wanted to be married at 21. I wanted to have 2 kids. I wanted to start on the football team, to make baseball and basketball team. And I have all A's. And then ultimately I was pulling. I had a girlfriend that year, which is fire. She's still not around. I don't know her anymore. But the reason that I start off is not just so that y'all can get to know me a little bit better, but also because I think that that has something to do with this series that we're in. So if you've been with us, we're in the 4th week of a series called On the Horizon. So what this series has been about is basically what connects the Old Testament to the New Testament. So if you aren't familiar what the Old Testament is, it's basically this collection of ancient writings, its history, its laws, its poems, its songs, its prophecies, that all then point to this less ancient collection of writings in the New Testament, which holds the foundation of the Christian faith in the Gospels, the story of Jesus, and the formation of the early church, and then some prophecies as well. But really what connects the 2 books and what this series is focusing on is the prophecies. And so there's over 400 prophecies in the Old Testament that connect to the New Testament. And I don't know about y'all, but when I hear prophecies, I kind of think of like Harry Potter. And I think of like wizards and like the magic 8-ball. Did y'all ever have one of those as a kid? And you shook it and it showed up what your future would be. Or fortune cookies. I love when I go out to eat and I get a fortune cookie. That's what comes to mind for me. And it feels like it's kind of mystical and like hard to actually grasp, not very tangible. And so I actually looked up the definition of prophecy. Prophecy actually isn't that complicated. By definition, it's just prediction. So prophecy actually just equals prediction. So anytime I say prophecy, anytime I say prediction, those are interchangeable. They really just mean the same thing. And y'all actually prophesy or predict way more than you think. For instance, I have a whole book full of my predictions about marrying supermodels and becoming Derek Jeter. And all last month, a lot of people in here probably made a March Madness bracket where you predicted how you thought the tournament was going to go. Now, nobody is talking about our March Madness brackets anymore, and no one other than my mom is writing down my predictions in a book. But there's this Bible that has a collection of all of these predictions and prophecies. Why? Well, it's because predictions and prophecies, they get their value from their fulfillment. You see, a prediction means nothing if it doesn't actually come true. If I predict that the Texas Longhorns are going to win the college football playoff next year, which they will, by the way, hook 'em. if I predict that and it doesn't come true, there's no value in that prediction. It doesn't mean anything. No one will talk about it. It doesn't have any worth. You see, in light of all these predictions, and a prediction has value when it comes true, I wanted to share with y'all two of the most craziest predictions of all time. The first one is this guy, Mark Twain. Should have a picture of him up there somewhere. It's a crazy picture. He looks crazy, but Mark Twain was born on the same day that this comet called Halley's Comet appeared in the atmosphere. This is the guy. The same day. So this comet comes in the atmosphere and he's born. At some point throughout his life, he says, I came in with Halley's Comet, I'm going to leave with Halley's Comet. He's predicting his death. And surely, after 70-something years of living, he dies, and the day after he dies, Halley's Comet goes away. So he predicted that he was going to die with Halley's Comet, and it turned out to be true. This prediction has value. That's why we're talking about it. Another one was this picture of the Titanic right here. There's an author named Morgan Robertson who wrote a book called that had this ship in it called the Titan. And this ship ended up going out to sea in April, and it ended up crashing into an iceberg and sinking 400 miles off the coast. Little did we know that around 20 years later, the Titanic would go off to sea in April, that it would crash into an iceberg, and that it would be 400 miles off of the coast. This is a crazy prediction. It's this crazy prophecy, and we're still talking about it today because it came true, which means it has value. Now today, I want to talk about a prophecy that I think is more impressive and more important than either of those two prophecies, and it actually comes in the book of Daniel. How many of y'all are familiar with Daniel and the lion's den? I think that was my favorite story that I ever heard from the Bible as a kid. Basically, if you aren't familiar, Daniel was this guy who was really, really deep in his faith. He had a real relationship with God. He worshiped and prayed to God often. And there was this king named Darius who didn't want Daniel to do that anymore, so he threw him into a lion's den so that the lions would eat him. But miraculously, Daniel survives, and God saves him from these hungry lions. And that's a crazy, awesome story, but that's not actually where we're focusing on in Daniel. We're actually going a chapter later to Daniel chapter 7, where Daniel has a prophecy. We're going to walk through it like this. We're going to paint the picture of the prophecy. We're going to paint the picture of the fulfillment of that prophecy or prediction. And then I'm going to tell you how it applies to your life. Sound good? Sweet. Daniel chapter 7, verse 13 through 14 reads like this. Here we go. In my vision at night, I looked. So Daniel's receiving this dream, and he's interpreting it as a prediction of the future. And there before me was one like a son of man. Coming with the clouds of heaven, he approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. He was given authority, glory, and sovereign power. All nations and peoples of every language worshipped him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. So Daniel, this is in 553 BC, which is kind of why the language is maybe a little harder to understand. But Daniel basically predicts three things. He predicts that he will see the Son of Man. Son of Man in Hebrew just means Ben Adam, which just means human being. So he predicts that he's going to see a human being. It's pretty normal. But he says that this human being will be on the clouds of heaven. He'll be coming on the clouds of heaven. And then what elevates this even more is he said that this human being who's on the clouds of heaven has all authority over all things forever. In 553 BC, we see this prediction. And so here we go with this timeline. We're going to go ahead and get this started. In 553 BC, we have this prediction from Daniel. And now we're going to walk through the fulfillment of this prediction. In 0 AD, a man named Jesus is born. So 553 years later. And over this 30-year period, from 0 AD to 30 AD, Jesus claims to be the Son of Man. This is the first part of that prophecy. And we can read it right here in Matthew chapter 8, verse 20. Jesus says, "Foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head." We continue into Matthew chapter 9, verse 6. "But I want you to know that the Son of Man, I, have authority on earth to forgive sins." Matthew chapter 12, verse 8. "For the Son of Man, I, the Son of Man, am the Lord of the Sabbath." Matthew chapter 16, verse 13 through 16. Jesus, basically in a large summary, he asks his disciples, he says, who do people say I am? Who do people say the Son of Man is? And Peter responds with, you, the Son of Man, are the Messiah, the Son of the living God. So from 0 to 30 AD, Jesus takes this prophecy from Daniel and he fulfills the first chunk of it. He says, I am the Son of Man. And so if we update our timeline, we can see that we're headed towards fulfillment right here on the bottom. But Jesus doesn't stop there. He keeps going, which we read in Matthew chapter 26, verse 64. Jesus says to the high priest that is questioning him, he says, but I tell you, from now on, you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of power and what? Coming on the clouds of heaven. Daniel said he was going to see a Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven, all authority over all things. Jesus says, I am the Son of Man, and I am coming on the clouds of heaven. So if we update our timeline in 30 AD, we see Jesus say that, and we're looking pretty good in terms of fulfillment. We keep going, and in Matthew chapter 28, verse 18, in the year 33 AD, Jesus finishes the fulfillment of this prophecy. He doesn't just fulfill it with his words, though. He actually fulfilled it with his actions. You see, before this, about 40 days before Jesus said this, he had been crucified. He'd been killed. He was hung on a piece of wood, and he had died. And for 3 days, he was dead, and this is why we celebrate Easter coming up next week. He rose from the dead. He came back to life, and he appeared to 500 eyewitnesses over a 40-day period, and they all can testify to his existence, and they all do. And because he fulfilled that prophecy, that is the part where it says he lasts forever. But then he says this to confirm it in Matthew chapter 28, verse 18. He says, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Daniel said the Son of Man is coming. This is his prediction. He's going to come on the clouds of heaven, and he's going to have all authority over all things. Jesus says, I am the Son of Man. I am coming on the clouds of heaven. I have conquered death, meaning I live forever, and all authority has been given to me, which means I have all authority over all things forever. And so if we update our timeline, here's what it looks like. Now, Mark Twain's prediction and the Titanic prediction are really awesome, but none of them were over almost a 600-year time period. I would beg to say that this one's a little bit more impressive, but we've laid out the prophecy. We've laid out its fulfillment. What does this have to do with you? Where are you in this timeline? What does this have to do with your life? Well, here's what this means. This prophecy and its fulfillment means that Jesus is who he claimed to be. That Jesus actually is who he claims to be. You see, Jesus didn't actually just fulfill this prophecy. He fulfilled 360 prophecies. And let me tell you really quickly, I'm going to nerd out. The probability of one person who lived a full life fulfilling only eight of these prophecies is 1 in 100 trillion. 1 in 100 trillion. It blows my mind that Jesus, in 33 years of life only, is able to fulfill over 360 prophecies when the probability of just fulfilling 8 is 1 in 100 trillion. That's crazy, and what does it mean? It doesn't mean this is a crazy coincidence. It means that Jesus isn't just fulfilling these prophecies on accident. He's actually claiming to be these prophecies, and he actually is these prophecies. Jesus is actually who he claimed to be, and what does this have to do with your life? Well, first we have to establish, who did Jesus claim to be? Really simple, you can Google it, who does Jesus claim to be? He claims to be the Son of God. He claims to be one with the Father. He claims to be the forgiver of sins, the giver of eternal life. Jesus claims to be the Messiah, the King of all kings. He claims to be what Daniel prophesied about, the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven, who has authority over all things forever. So why does it apply to your life? Because it's the most important thing you could ever find the answer to. Because it's the best news that you could ever hear in your life. And so if y'all have a relationship with Jesus in this room, if you would say that you believe in him and you know him, then you would understand why this would be such good news, that Jesus actually is who he claims to be. But if you don't, I just want to pause real quick and tell you why I think this is so important. When I was in high school, I think I followed a performance-based mindset where my value was dependent upon how I performed, whether it was in school, whether it was on the basketball court, whether it was in how many people liked me, or even how many times I showed up to church. I was a performer, and my identity was in my performance. When I performed bad, I was not happy, and when I performed good, I was happy. And ultimately, I remember just looking at my mom at one point, and I was just like, Mom, I just feel average at everything. Like, I feel like I have a pretty high class rank, but I'm not number one. I'm on varsity, but I don't really play. I was just average at everything, and I felt like that determined my self-worth. And ultimately, when I got to college, it left me really isolated and honestly feeling kind of depressed. And then eventually I met somebody, and they told me this truth of Jesus, that there was this God who loved me enough to, instead of me working my way up to him, which I never could, he decided to come down to me and die for me. And ultimately, that's where I find my identity. He's the cornerstone of who I am. When I perform bad on the basketball court, it doesn't matter because Jesus still loves me. When I don't get the job that I need, that I think I need, or that I think I want, it doesn't matter because Jesus still provides for me. So I have a rock that I've built my life on. And that's why this is the best news that you could ever hear. The fact that Jesus is who he claimed to be, the fact that he proves it by proving 360 prophecies to be true, that's the best news you could ever hear. And it leaves you with this question: who do you say Jesus is? Who do you say Jesus is? I actually want you guys to take out your phones, and I actually want you to write down a 3-word answer to this question, because I do truly believe, as I just explained, this is the best news you would ever hear. So this question becomes the most important question you could ever answer. So how would you answer it? And I specifically chose for this to be 3 words because I think 3 different answers can be true with 3 words. If I was in your shoes, I would have probably put, I don't know. That's 3 words. That could be a possible answer. Maybe you're not in the I don't know boat. Maybe you're in the he's not real boat. Maybe you're in the he is Lord boat, or he is Messiah boat. I don't know where you are currently, but I do know you're in a place at IO where you are welcome to have any sort of opinion, where you're welcome to ask any questions, where we challenge you to ask questions so that you can discover the answer to this question: who do you say Jesus is? So my challenge for y'all today is not just to answer that question. It's actually more practical. It's to not leave today without telling someone your answer to that question. Because I know what it's like to write down in my phone, I don't know. Or I don't know what I feel about Jesus, or I don't know what I feel about these questions. And then I go on Monday and I'm at school and that just goes to the wayside and I never think about it again until I'm back at IO and I write it down again. And then I repeat the cycle over and over. So I know what it's like. And I want you guys to answer this question because I truly feel like it's the most important question you can ever answer with your life. So write it down, share it with somebody before you leave. That's all I actually have for y'all today. So let me go ahead and close us in prayer and then we'll head to small groups. Dear Heavenly Father, God, thank you for Jesus. Thank you that despite my flaws and my imperfections, God, that you would send your Son to live a perfect life, to die as a sacrifice for my sins so that I might have a relationship with you. God, thank you that you give us the opportunity to explore who we say Jesus is. And God, all you want for us is just to understand Jesus and how loving and kind he is, God. And so I pray that you would be with us throughout our conversation today as we try to tackle that question, and be with us as we go home, as we continue to contemplate it. God, I pray for small groups. I pray for everyone in this room. We love you and we need you. It's in your Son's name we pray. Amen. Thank y'all for listening. The small group map is behind me.